and you will be knowledgeable.
NEWSCAST with Englsih Yomboranya.
Last Friday, authorities of Congolese President set a particular emphasis on the implementation of outlines.
NEWSCAST with Englsih Yomboranya.
Thanks for watching and goodbye from Kinshasa. Keep in touch. Hello everybody, welcome to the program. Here are the main events that made headlines during the week. The International Monetary Fund is grateful to the Prime Minister Mataponyo for doing a great job as far as the economic growth is concerned. David Lipton, the Assistant Manager of the International Monetary Fund, also commended Congolese head of state efforts to stabilize the economy. He got that message in the course of the last strategic Troika meeting here in Kinshasa City. All details in a few seconds. The population living in the Congo area has been facing both water and electricity shortage for a long while. This situation is due to the dilapidation of energy infrastructure. As you can guess, Mikondo inhabitants are grinding one bluntly and bluntly. Everything is under control. That's the motto of a socio-economic program we have besides NEWSCAST. But what does it mean exactly? Keep in touch. The Assistant Manager of the International Monetary Fund, David Lipton, is really proud of the Congolese government because of the economic growth, which is doing better. He made this speech during the last strategic Troika meeting here in Kinshasa City. Moreover, Matata Ponyo team also went to the International Englsih airport for an inspection tour. Gitsombi more.
Three main points have been discussed at the Prime Ministry last Monday. First, the political situation in the country and the International Monetary Fund IM issue on the economic commitments of the Democratic Republic of Congo, as well as the recent meeting between CIA under the supervision of IMF. Besides that, the consolidation of dollar over euro, which justifies the slow economic growth at international level. The Prime Minister Augustin Matata Ponyo has received a letter of appreciation from the First Assistant General Manager of IMF, Mr. David Lipton, who commended the effort made by the head of state, Joseph Kabila Kabange, and the government. As for the economic growth, he asked that the effort be pursued further to extend the positive effects of the economic growth. Just after the Troika meeting, the members of that structure went to the modern air terminal building sites of the International Englsih Airport. On the spot, the Prime Minister started his inspection tour at the parking lot. That parking lot is ready with the accommodation capacity of 250 vehicles. The government has also noted the availability of 16 registration spaces. All this just to improve the conditions of passengers. The head of government has also noted how the place is provided with a scanner that can help passengers with 1,500 luggages per hour. And a VIP embarkation room with the camera able to save some events. Shortly, all of these will be available for population, so Congolese people can expect a lot from the change brought about by the government.
The minister in charge of sport, Sama Lukonde, is determined to rehabilitate Martyr and the Tatarapel stadiums as he spoke to the plenary in the parliament here in Kinshasa City. After a selection contest, the Chinese book of specifications was the best. Indeed, the Chinese cooperation has been given the job of implementing this project for a better future. Find out.
In his reply, the sport minister has already talked about the organization of this great competition as required by the CAF Book of Specification. So the ministry has planned the rehabilitation of the infrastructures such as Martyrs Stadium and Tata Raphael. The quote of rehabilitation works for those two stadiums is $25 million, whereas for the organization of the competition, the fee is $15 million. For the sport minister, a good organization within the timeline, the government stated to be unable to complete those works. The owner of the question, the Makwa, and other members of parliament who submitted their preoccupation are not all satisfied with the answer provided by the minister.
I started
to say that the minister meant nothing. At the end, I recommended that a commission be put in place for checking the works at Marty Stadium. Those works are creating problems. What is the relation between elections and championship? Nothing. The minister specified that the works inventory is achieved with the Chinese cooperation. The Congolese state has made available $11,681,000 for the demolition works and replacement of chairs and others. All of these did not please MP because they are wondering why giving up that commitment as long as the DRC has already evaluated consequences.
Last Monday, the members of the parliament discussed two main points, namely water management and the purpose grave issue in the Maluku area. The reason why the Vice Prime Minister in charge of Interior, Evariste Boshab, shed light on this problematic to stop the ESA once and for all. Gitso Ombi explains.
A serious problem arose on the analysis of the Water Management Act in the paragraph 100. The Member of Parliament, Botakile, has suggested that all provisions that are in institutional framework be removed from the above paragraph. For the MP, there are some provisions that are unconstitutional as far as the Parliament is the lawmakers and the government implement those laws. The analysis of that act was suspended to allow the MP Botakile and Boris Mbuku, along with the Commission, to come with their expertise because there are titles that should be changed. Still, during that same plenary, it was a matter of the addition of the Prime Interior Minister Evariste Boshab, who has been summoned at the Parliament regarding the pauper's grave issue in Maluku area. Evariste Boshab focused on two assurances after the administrative investigation hastened by his minister. First, he confirmed that there was no pauper's grave because there was neither massacre nor human death. Second, he convincingly admitted that there was a collective burial named Fula Fula, where 421 citizens' corpses deliberately forsaken by their relatives, as well as other non-identified corpses, were buried. It meant that the practice is usually accomplished by the hospital.
Pourquoi on a enterré notamment? Il y a à la fois une question de pudeur.
Why the burial took place at night? Because it was a matter of decency. When you have in a vehicle more than 300 corpses to be buried, our mentality, surrounding population, and our beliefs should be taken into account. That would not accept such a show.
Des croyances millénaires qui n'accepteraient pas pareil spectacle. Voilà pourquoi on enterre soit.
The reason why the burial takes place either at night or in the morning. Another factor is that of hygiene. Do you think it is appropriate to do that operation during the day? I say no.
Il faut faire pareille opération en pleine journée. Je dis non.
It is noteworthy that among the buried corpses, the third quarter abandoned are stillborn. That is why Evariste Boshab made a request if abortion legalization could be granted. Amid the Prime Interior Minister, there were the Justice Minister, Media Minister, and the Kinshasa Governor, Henri Kimbuta Yango.
To overcome some divergences regarding Okapi radio broadcasting and the way to restructure and adjust it, the minister in charge of communication, Lambert Mende Omalanga, chaired last Monday a meeting in the presence of the chairman of MONUSCO, Martin Kobler, to find a common ground for a better future. Gitso Ombi more.
The Congolese government needs to privilege social peace in its relation with a foreign partner. So this justifies the meeting between Lambert Mende Omalanga, Media Minister, and Martin Kobler, the head of MONUSCO. The media officials, as well as other experts in the media sector. The subject discussed was about Okapi Radio of the United Nations, which deviated from its mission to a pro-general issue. During the discussion, Martin Kobler made sure that divergences will be overcome between two parties. I'm very encouraged for the constructive spirit and that atmosphere of goodwill between two parties because there were some disagreements earlier. Now we found a common ground with the Communication Minister Lambert. Another paramount issue was that related to the pay of Sokoda's copyrights as well as the perpetuation of Okapi Radio after the departure of MONUSCO. The responsible of MONUSCO states.
On a parlé sur la pérennisation, le futur
we talked about Okapi Radio perpetuation and the way to structure it. The Okapi Radio is impartial and does not mingle with the domestic affair and operate in the framework of its term.
Et ça opère dans le cadre de son mandat.
With that, a commission made up with media experts, CESAC and MONUSCO will be put in place. That is just to develop an agreement protocol between DRC governments and MONUSCO in view with the adjustments of Okapi structure, view that the term of MONUSCO is prolonged.
Kimwenza Street, which leads to Kinshasa University, is being threatened by an erosion. That's why the traffic jam has become bumper to bumper. The users of Kimwenza Street are doubtless in tears, and the remedy is needed straight away for a better future. Get your own BS more.
The traffic is getting harder and harder on Kimwenza streets beyond Kinshasa campus. This road is cut by erosion that constantly threatens this way, which constitutes an ordeal for the users of this way. It is a highway leading to university where kids come to learn, but look at the state. That situation exists since decades, according to Kindele companies. Works undertaken concern only sections leading as far as Makaya stop. In contrast, on Kasai Street, the situation isn't the same. The street is cut in 2006. Over there has undertaken the works more than 4 times. The rehabilitation of Kimwenja Street remains a major concern of the citizens living in the area of Kinshasa City, already facing many socio-economic problems. All wish to see that street completely rehabilitated.
In Ngaliema Delvaux, an erosion has been turned into a public dumping ground by unidentified citizens. Meanwhile, the passers-by are definitely uncomfortable because this environment is increasingly getting malodorous and unhealthy. The remedy is needed straight away for a better future. Gitombi explains.
One cannot pass by this street without covering his nostrils because of the bad smell of an erosion turned into a public garbage. According to the population, since 2006, the dwellers of this area throw trash to prevent the deterioration of this erosion. Since 1997-1998, many companies have come just to cover the erosion. The latest one is Chinese who came to work over here.
Les derniers pour venir travailler ici, c'était les Chinois. Ils ont pu faire quelque chose. Maintenant,
and could do something. Now the erosion got stabilized. The solution is to get rid of these precipices. Then people will stop throwing garbage here.
Alors les gens ne viendront plus jeter les ordures d'ici.
A lot of efforts made by competent authorities have not been successful. Today, this population is exposed to several diseases. This smell is unhealthy for us. This results to many sicknesses. Many prefer to throw trash to prevent the deterioration of the erosion. Population must live here, or the officials have to require to stop throwing garbage. The population of Delvaux launched an SOS to the government, for it continues to be stricken by sickness, namely typhoid fever.
Sensitizing youth of Lingwala Township on Congolese values. That was the main reason of the workshop organized last Monday by Bolamba Moko, the president of a development NGO. The purpose is about training youth and empowering them to become true leaders for a better future. Gitombi explains.
After sensitizing Lingwala Township youth, Cassius Bolamba, as in his columnate, discussed with Kinshasa Township youth just a matter of sensitizing them on the citizen and Republican values that they should at all costs implement as a prospect social and political leaders of DRC. We should discuss with the youth and all level of population them to know the republic, which is public property, that is citizenship, which is freedom, that is a way of communicating, my contribution for the country. That meeting, viewed as a Republican by its initiator, had a highlight, which is the respect toward the national symbols, such as the person that had the states, flags, and many others, not to violate, no touch.
C'était un devoir des citoyens pour réexpliquer.
It is a citizen duty to re-explain to the population, to our citizens, that we have the rights but also duties. Protecting the republic emblems like flags, for example. The most important thing in our divergence is the republic. We can change our divergence into a convergence for the republic welfare.
Une sorte de convergence pour les biens de la République.
That kind of meeting could be spread to all over the capital township, even in all DRC, in order to develop citizenship to young people.
The population living in Mikondo area has been facing both water and electricity shortage for a long while. This situation is due to the dilapidation of energy infrastructures. As you can guess, Mikondo inhabitants are really grinding one stiff. Can you imagine? Find out.
The inhabitants of Mikondo area are deploring the inaction of Regideso Company as regards drinking water supply, broken pipe, waterless faucets. Population are unfortunately drinking rainwater. Overlooking the risk of catching water-related diseases, Lumbi Streets, Ngululu, Mbombe, and others are in shortage of water as well. Some of people explain.
Le problème d'eau vraiment pose des problèmes ici.
Water supply is a real challenge here. Pipes are here and there, but water no longer runs. People really suffer.
Les gens souffrent, surtout le problème de l'eau, vraiment on en souffre.
Besides, the same area is facing the electricity shortage. So far, 3 streets out of 4 are in darkness. The inhabitants living on this corner are not silenced.
Dans ce coin, la SNEL est
in this area, electricity utility no longer exists. Regideso supplies the water no more since long time. As you have just noticed it, in our faucets there is no water and electricity is rare.
On essaie de respecter tant bien que mal.
To put an end to this disastrous situation, young and old of these neighborhoods are asking for those 2 utilities of water and electricity supply, which will enable them to taste the delight of modernity revolution.
Women empowerment and development, such was the subject of the last Blanche program in order to make things more clear about women's rights, especially in the Democratic Republic of Congo. To sum up, the fight is far from over because of the marshland. Gito Ombi explains.
Congolese government constitution provides that women be granted 30% of positions in different institutions. It is clear that in the Democratic Republic of Congo, women demonstrate their ability to contribute in the nation's progress. Some of them are still frustrated of their rights, thinking that they are not able to achieve something positive for the advancement of states. They can now fully enjoy their rights and not underestimate themselves under the pretext that they are nothing in society. Through a campaign of sensitization, they will measure up to their privileges granted in various areas.
It's an open secret that Congolese women work day and night to make their voice heard concerning gender issues, despite that challenges are still multiplying, such as discrimination, according to Blanche debaters. Also, and more importantly, women must stop betraying each other for a better future. Find out.
Your memories.
Yeah.
And I was trying to bring them back, many years back in the past. I remember in China, for example, if a family gives birth to 2 girls, they will express it. They will purposely kill 1 girl. That was in an ancient culture in China. They didn't want to give birth to ladies. That was a culture. And in Africa, for example, because I did culture, in Africa, I remember one of our culture was a lady will never go to work. She has to stay home, taking care of children, cooking, washing.
Even after
this is what she must do, okay? That was a culture in the former time. Now, in this time, just a question to refresh your memories. Why don't they talk about Men's Day? Why don't they talk about men's empowerment? They don't talk about men's empowerment.
It's not good at all. But then let me just come back to my friend here, Noah. Well, I like what you're saying. I don't mind about the education, the way of raising children. You're right in that side. Actually, even though a woman is professional, even though she can go to work, she should know also she has the duty to raise her children. You know, in order to bring peace in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
And women
women here, the community, the international community now is asking women, is asking the peacekeeping mission to cooperate with our government in order to involve women, to let them participate and be represented to that area. First of all, in the stabilization activities. And as you know, there is this, our national oversight mechanism, who has now the duties to put into music the six commitments of the DRC.
Do everything they can
to keep you
to the lower level, whereby we cannot excel. You understand? And this is, I can understand, because I always ask myself, why are women stigmatized? So I understand, because they are they are the decision makers. Because us, the women, are not empowered to go into higher positions, political position, even administrative. So when they are there, they are telling each other that we have to do everything we can to bring these women down. Because once they get to the top positions, they will match us. And that is why you see the president, the head of state here, asked the parliament to look on the issue of giving us
and give some advantages
30%
to women
of the seats. Not only in Parliament, but even in civil service and all the other.
But did they do that?
They did not, because of what?
Because of he's not a member of the Parliament.
Even my brother here, they will.
I want to say something here as the world are watching this program. I think is very important that those ones that are watching may, wherever they can find themselves, if they will think that women is a weak vessel, then they can go and rape them and do whatever they want to do because they discover that they are weak, they are feeble, they cannot defend themselves. They are the people in which their place is not in this world.
That's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
The place is not in this world.
And that's also another kind of weakness.
Myself, as I used to say, that we will fight them to the last drop of our blood until those kind of beast and the weak mentality of the people of this world sees or they don't belong again into this place. What I'm trying to say here is that in this present time, women are suffering more from what they call inferiority complex.
Tighten your belt because English programs become mandatory on television. These channels, newscasts we're watching, we do have another vitally important called the Bluntly. Bluntly is a big opportunity for you to express your development ideas without obstruction. Stick around, we'll be back after the break. Find out.
Bluntly and bluntly. Bluntly is well done. Bluntly is very nice. In DRC, bluntly is an obligation. Bluntly is exciting. Bluntly is my passion.
Wherever you are, work bluntly.
Bluntly with Anissa Yomborania. Thanks to Bluntly. English is a reality in DRC. Bluntly, bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control.
I'm back.
Bluntly.
Down on the ground. One is you need to do everything local even if you think globally. It means that you don't have a networked strategy.
Bluntly, bluntly, and bluntly.
Be considered as a panacea concerning development.
Economic growth in the Congo is on the paper, but it's not the reality.
Is evidence, especially among students before graduating. You can see.
It may be strong, but people who are dealing with it. This is the problem. Or why people are not.
Bluntly, oui, Anissa Yomborania.
From time immemorial, nobody has eaten omelette without bringing eggs. That's why we must polish up economic strategies in order to skyrocket. Do you have any ideas about economic development and welfare? Join us in this program. Bluntly, bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control. Keep in touch. Thanks for watching and goodbye from Kinshasa. We are in the Democratic Republic of Congo. All the best and keep in touch. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next time. Thank you. Keep in touch.
From now on, English program has become mandatory on television. Watch NEWSCAST and you will be knowledgeable.
NEWSCAST with Anissa Yomborania.
So last Friday, and morning, Dr. Wale's president set a particular emphasis on the implementation of outlines.
NEWSCAST with Anissa Yomborania.
Thanks for watching and goodbye from Kinshasa. Keep in touch.